Ayurveda has long used diet as a principal means of creating health within the body and mind. Hundreds of years before Hippocrates instructed, let food be the medicine, Ayurveda defined principles for making that advice very practical. Food selection, meal timing, and state of awareness during meals either increases ojas, that is vitality, or arm, that is toxicity. The following 10 rules will serve as a guide for tapping into the ancient wisdom of Ayurveda and use it to create health, vitality, and energy through the food. So, coming to the 10 rules, what is the first one? That is, select foods for your dosha's type. Ayurveda maintains that each person has a unique mind-body constitution, known as a dosha. One's correct doshic imbalance, known as vikruti, is a combination of two elements that are heightened within the physiology. By eating foods that decrease the heightened elements, harmony can be restored with the body. In general, the following Ayurvedic principles can be applied to selecting and preparing foods for the three doshas. First is Vata dosh, which is made up of air and space element, is by nature cool, dry, light and rough. Eating foods that counteract those characteristics creates balance. Now the Pitta dosh, which is made up of fire and water elements, tend towards hot, oily, light and sharp qualities. Therefore, eating foods that are cool, especially in terms of internal cooling, such as is seen with peppermint, cucumber, etc., and astringents, minimize the aggravation of Pitta dosh. And the Kapha dosh, which is made up of earth and water elements, expresses as heavy, cool, oily and smooth qualities. Eating foods that are light, warm, dry, like beans and popcorn, and rough, think roughage such as vegetables, will have Kapha back in balance in no time. Second one is eliminate snacks. According to Ayurvedic principles, there are 3 stages of digestion that must be completed after a meal. In the first hour after a meal, the Kapha energies are dominant. The body may feel full, heavy and seated. 2 to 4 hours after a meal, the elements of Pitta govern digestion. During this time, hydrochloric acid increases, internal heat rises and the meal is transformed into sustenance for the body. 4 to 5 hours after a meal, the Vata energy rises. It is during this time that lightness and space return and appetite increases. Interruption of digestive cycle with more food leads to incomplete digestion over time. Incomplete digestion results in accumulation of ama or toxins, which may present as a plethora of mild to moderate symptoms. For this reason, Ayurveda recommends 3 meals each day with no snacks in between to maintain digestion and keep your stomach stress-free. So the third one is eat until satisfied, not full. Imagine that your stomach is a gas gauge with numbers from 1 to 10. On that gauge, the number 1 is completely empty and 10 is overly full. You want to eat when you get to a 2 and stop when you get to a 7. Eating before you get to a 2 puts you at a risk of interrupting the digestive cycle. Eating past a 7 diverts an enormous amount of energy from important physiological tasks. Aside from the obvious consequence of weight gain, overeating increases free radical production in the body, which in turn speeds the aging process. By setting down the fork when you are satisfied but not stuffed, you avoid overeating and the body receives the nourishment that it needs without the added burden of digesting and oftentimes storing unnecessary calories. So, eat until satisfied, not full. Fourth one is consume whole, fresh foods. Pran, not food itself but your life force, nourishes the body at the most fundamental level and is responsible for the creation of health, vitality and energy. The various elements of food such as vitamin, mineral and phytonutrient contents are merely reflections of the energetic or pranic imprint. According to the Ayurveda diet, the best way to increase ojas, the supplier of life force in the body, is to increase pran. Foods with abundant pran come straight from the earth. Their pran has been derived through the mingling of sunshine, water and earth energies. The moment food is picked, its pran begins slowly diminishing. Therefore, eating food that are as fresh as possible will increase pran more readily than eating the same foods further from their harvest time. Local community support agriculture and farmer markets invaluable sources for finding fresh foods with high life force. Eating whole fresh fruits is very important. So next one is include all the 6 tastes at every meal. Ayurveda recognizes 6 tastes, each of which communicates a unique combination of energy and information to the physiology. By incorporating each of the 6 tastes into every meal, the body receives a biodiverse energetic palette. This energetic palette supplies the body's cells with instructions specific to one of the taste categories. In general, the 6 tastes inform the body with the following cellular information, which are sweet, that is grounding, strengthening and nourishing, also means madhur ras; sour, that is amla ras, which is cleansing and purifying; salty, that is lavan ras, which is balancing and regulating; bitter, that is tikht ras, which is detoxifying and mineralizing; astringent, that is kashay ras, anti-inflammatory and cooling; pungent, that is katu ras, that is warming and stimulating. Now coming to the 6th step, that is reduce ice cold foods and beverages. The inner fire known as Agni is the digestive power of the physical and energetic body. Agni is similar to a blazing campfire. Ideally functioning, it is hot, bright and able to digest food, thoughts, emotions and experiences. To stoke one's inner fire, it is necessary to avoid dimming Agni's intensity with ice cold foods and beverages. The Agni of all doshas can become depleted if a steady stream of cold food or drink is consumed. Vata and Kapha doshas in particular should lean towards warm foods and teas, while Pitta dosha may enjoy cool but not frozen beverages and foods. In this way, digestive power will remain strong. And to build up the digestive fire, that is also known as Jathar Agni, should reduce ice cold food and beverages. Next one is eliminate distractions while eating. How many times have you read a book, watched TV, checked emails or returned phone calls while eating? If you are like most people, the answer is quite a few. The Ayurveda diet suggests that mealtime is an opportunity to connect with the inherent energy and information of the food you consume. See the colors, taste the flavors, and being awareness to the sunshine, soil and earth that have collaborated to create the bundle of energies of food. If eating with deep awareness is new to you, begin by taking just one meal a day in silence and focusing on each of your senses for a few minutes at a time. And you will notice some very unbelievable changes in your lifestyle. Coming to the next is stop eating 3 hours before bedtime. During sleep, the body repairs, heals and restores while the mind digests thoughts, emotions and experiences from the day. If the body's energy is diverted into physical digestion, the physical healing and mental digestive processes are halted. For this reason, Ayurveda medicine recommends that the last meal of the day be relatively light and completed 3 hours before bed to avoid this imbalance. In this way, the body's prana is free to do its rest and repair work at the deepest levels during sleep. Next one is favor herbal teas between meals. Tea is not just a palate-pleasing beverage, it is also a powerful healer that can aid in restoring health, vitality and joy. To avoid diluting Agni, beverages including teas should be minimally consumed with meals, no more than half cup. However, between meals, teas can be enjoyed liberally and act as herbal remedies. Drinking tea between meals pumps the body full of liquid medicine, curbs snack cravings, facilitates detoxification and stokes the digestive fire. Coming to the last one, that is eat your largest meal of the day at lunchtime. Agni is strongest when the sun is highest. By consuming the largest meal of the day at noon, the body is able to use its powerful inner fire to break down and assimilate nutrients with less energetic output than at other times of the day. The noon meal is the best time of the day to integrate heavier or difficult to digest foods. This is also the most ideal time for a splurge food, think an icy drink or a sugary treat. By eating the largest meal at a midday, the body remains well supplied with energy throughout the afternoon hours, thus helping to elevate the afternoon energy slump. Each of these ancient Ayurvedic rules will help you remain healthy not only by virtue of the food you're eating but how you eat it. And do not forget to take your time to enjoy your meals and be grateful for the foods you eat along the way. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for more such Ayurvedic facts.